I love that song. I don't know what it is about it. It's just very Austin Powers, you know. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Readings with Bobby. My name is Robert Fierro. Please call me Bobby. Today, I'm being joined by a very dear friend of mine, Frankie Seme. How you doing, Frankie? Long time no see.
Hello, I know. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here today.
I'm excited to have you read with me. This is the first time we've read on air together. Now, Frankie and I have read together before in person. Frankie has some of the best psychic fairs that she organizes, and I've met such wonderful people, psychics and readers, authors, astrologers. You brought a lot of people into my life, and I thank you for that. Right?
Mhm.
The
I
psychic
feel
fairs are
blessed.
one of my favorite things to do because I get to spend time with my reader friends like you, Mama D, who, incidentally, Mama D made me this hat. Isn't that cool?
Uh,
She crocheted it and put the death card on for me.
uh,
Um, let's say hi to a couple people who are joining us right now. We've got Denise,
okay, welcome, Denise.
Joanna, and Joanne. Every time I see your name, I think Juana. That's the pronunciation. We've got Jenny. How you doing, Jenny?
Jenny.
Madame Maru, Maruta from Madame Maru's House of Cards is here
Hi.
with us. Yeah, that is an awesome hat. And the fact that she made it by hand for me specifically just touches my heart. You know what I mean? When somebody does something good for
Special.
absolutely no reason, I love that. Mm. So make sure you guys have your water, a little sips. I'm gonna go ahead and put this banner up that says questions are open. Please use caps and emojis when asking your questions. Readings are for entertainment purposes only. We are not experts. We are not doctors. We are not lawyers. And I want to say we're not Indian chiefs, but um, we are not professionals. We are healers, psychics, and guides. All right. We can guide you in a direction, but it's up to you to take that path. Okay. Um, see what else is going on in chat. Oh, Jenny, you crochet too. That's awesome. Uh, I want to learn, but I've got two young cats, and every time I break out the yarn, it's not good because we have one of those machines that you crank. Yeah, it's
They want
not
to play with it instead, right?
exactly. Topaz is here. What up, Topaz Obelisk Hangman? How's that for a title? I love that name. Aleph,
Mm.
here you are, my love. How you doing? Um, so here's the routine today. Since it is close to the new year, we're doing the same type of readings I did last time. Know, grow, and let go. Okay, what do you need to know? Um, what do you need to be aware of going into the new year? How to expand and grow for the new year. All right, making that transition, and then let go. What do you need to let go of so you don't drag it with you into the new year? All right, Christy Perez. So here's what I want you to do. If you want a reading for today from us, please put your your hashtag me please, all in capitals, hashtag capital me please, um, and I will put you on the list for readings. Okay, I will star your name and we will get to you. In the meantime, Frankie, what deck are you using today?
So I picked out two decks today. I picked out the Spellcasting Oracle cards for my Oracle deck. And then I picked out the Gilded Tarot was calling to me
Mhm,
today. So,
mhm.
and I heard you like the Gilded Tarot too. So,
Oh, I love the Gilded Tarot. Cyril Marchetti is one of my favorite deck artists, and I thought I had one here at hand. I must have hung it back up. Um, but Tarot of Dreams is one of my favorite decks. Okay, we've got requests coming in.
okay.
Hold on. Let's start all these. Joanne, Christy, Denise. Okay. Awesome. Gilded Tarot was um your final decks. Oh, first decks. Okay. Yeah, Gilded Tarot. Cyril Marchetti is such a great artist, and I'm doing everything I can to get him on my channel on Behind the Cards. I have some mutual friends with him, and uh, keep your fingers crossed.
I can't wait. That'll be so great. I'm sure it's going to happen. So,
I'm trying to get a hold of a few deck artists that I really love. MJ McCullonan is currently one of my top three favorite artists. We've got Chris Butler, MJ McCullonan, and Ciro Marchetti. Those are it for me. Those three right there. They
okay.
speak to me. So the decks I'm using today is the Crow Tarot, the Urban Crow Oracle, and the Radiant Rider Waite Smith, just in case I need a Rider Waite Smith deck. My
Uh,
priestess and friend, Joey Potts, who you know,
I love
uh,
Joey.
Joey's awesome. She, by hand, cut all these cards for the Radiant Waite Smith. I can't stand borders on my cards, and she
Oh
knows
my
that and
gosh.
offered to cut them off. So that was
No,
so sweet. It's a labor of love when somebody does something like that for you, and I fully appreciate it. So let's see who we got started up here. First up, Adif. All right. So let us shuffle up the cards for you, and we're going to tell you what to know, grow, and let go of. Okay. And Frankie, would you mind if I went first on this one?
no, you can go first. Absolutely.
Okay. No, go, and let go. Okay, so here's what I got for you, my love. In the no portion of our reading, yeah, love his decks too, Joanne. Oh, so what do you need to know? We have the Eight of Wands upside down. Now, yeah, the Eight of Wands is about things happening swiftly, happening quickly. I'm trying to do this. It's all about, it's a rapid card, things moving quickly. However, there's another aspect to it. It's associated with the sign of Sagittarius. The Sagittarius is about healing, and that's what I'm getting for you. Okay, what I'm feeling from this is you need to slow down and pay a little more attention to your health. All right, pay attention to your physical realm. Um, the next card I drew from the Urban Oracle, and this card cracks me up because that's not snow all over the car. All right, that's the birds showing their displeasure. This says there might be some frustration and anger going on in your life, um, and you might be aiming it in the wrong direction. All right, taking it out on the wrong people. All right. So the final card I drew for you is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is about juggling a lot of things. And it's not just juggling, it's an endless cycle of juggling. It's being trapped in the same thing over and over. We've got that lemniscate here, the eternity symbol. All right. So, what I get from this is you need to slow down, focus on your health. Don't let other people affect you. And if you're feeling, yes, she feels frustrated lately. Be careful on how you show that frustration. Okay. Make sure you're not taking it out on the wrong people. Make sure you're not displacing your emotions. Okay. And finally, try to break out of the same habits you're in and put yourself in a different mind frame. All right. Focus on your healing. All right. Focus on your physical health right now. And Frankie, what do you got, girl?
Okay, I'm gonna pull no, grow, and let go.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first card I pulled Oracle. First card is no, is happiness. Look at how beautiful this card is. Okay. So when I look at this card, you're looking up towards the sky. You see the beautiful butterflies, the aura around you. So you know that things can be really great. Things are going really well. Look at just the beautiful energy and healing and guides around you. So you know that you have a lot of good. I just feel like spirit's telling me a lot of good vibes and healers, spirits, guides, and people around you helping you to go in the right direction. Okay. Growing, we've got the 10 of cups. So look at all of that. Lots of cups, but see the family there. So, this feels like family situation. Like, it's the holiday time. So growing, like, do you need to spend some time getting closer with some family? Do you need to take some time to just relax, is what Spirit's saying. So much like Robert said, I feel like you need to just take some time to relax, to regroup, to spend some quality time. And I feel like when you're at home, and Spirit's going back to the first card of happiness, like when you're at home and you spend time for self-care, that's really important and it makes you feel really good. And that's what I'm getting with the growing. The let go with talent. So look at this. So what is it that's not working for you anymore? What do you need to let go of? Something you do, your job, something that you do all the time. So what is it that's not just working for you and that you need to let go? You need to regroup it. And Spirit keeps bringing me back to you being on a couch, just relaxing back at home and spending time to just kind of rejuvenate and recharge at the end of the year here. And this talent's just like, this talent Spirit showing me now is that so many people are pulling you in so many different directions with what you're doing, that they're draining your energy. And so let that go. It's too much, and you're really good at what you do and people depend on you, but they can do it without you too. And I feel like you need to delegate some of that responsibility to other people. I'm getting goosebumps. You're just trying to do too much. So let go of trying to do all of that. And you need to spend some time through these holiday seasons, through the first of the year, finding that inner happiness and spending some time at home and doing things that nurture you.
Awesome. And this is why I love Frankie. She's so fluid with her readings. Thank you for letting us read for you, dear. I appreciate it. So, next up, we've got Miss Jenny Adams. My dear Jenny, how are you today? And if you've joined us late, we are doing no, grow, and let go readings today. If you have a question, put hashtag me please in capitals, and I'll star you, and you'll get a reading today, okay? I've noticed recently I'm having trouble with my words. I'm like, maybe you did.
I do that all the time. I want to say one thing and then I'm like, wait, no, maybe I want to say something different.
Yeah, I used to
Come up
laugh
with
at
the
my
words.
grandmother when she'd go, Jimmy, Joe, Bob, Chuck, Jerry. I get it now.
Or I start to and I go, that's not really a word, but I just made a word up and it'll work for today. Mm.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Maru, for that. I appreciate it. Frankie, your website is being posted also. So if you're interested in booking a session with Frankie, please use the link provided. Or if you'd like to contact her privately, please
Right?
email. Okay. So, no, grow, and let go. We have, what do you need to know? The Seven of Pentacles. It's time to harvest. That's what I get when I see the Seven of Pentacles. Traditionally, you got that guy leaning on his hoe, just looking at his crops, wondering if it's that time yet. Did he wait too long? Um, if you're planning a new career move, or if there's somebody you're interested in a physical sense, this card is saying it's probably time to start taking action in that direction. Okay. I just dropped cards. Holy moly.
Oh,
Okay, I'm good. Now is your cue to take that action you may have been putting off. Okay, and grow. How to expand and grow. What do you need to know to grow? The Empress card. As far as growth goes, this is the card of growth for me. The Empress is usually portrayed as being pregnant. All right, new possibilities, new growth, new excitement in the physical world. Remember, physical world is what we're talking about with that seven. So you've got the seven, the Empress. And what do you need to let go of? The Three of Wands. So there might be a direction you were planning on going in that you may not have thought through carefully enough. So any plans you may have currently for expanding something, old plans that you're trying to make work, even though your intuition is telling you this ain't it, revisit it. Trust your intuition. If your intuition is telling you something's off, look at it again. All right. And if necessary, abandon it and start something new. Don't try to bring something with you into the new year if it's just not working for you. Okay. Frankie, what do you got?
you're so funny because I pulled the cards when you were pulling yours. So the first card for no, the Hangman. Okay, things aren't gonna be quite the way you thought they were, and I feel like as I'm looking at all of these things dropping down, they feel like money to me. So you know that things aren't quite working out how you wanted, almost like your pockets are getting emptied out in whatever this venture is that you wanted to go forward with. The second card that I pulled was the Oracle card, and it was trust. Okay. Trust your intuition. Trust that there's um, more things in play going on in the universe that are helping you. So, growing is to trust that what you know or what information you have about the situation is true and that it's helping you to expand and to trust and to move forward by believing in those things. The third card, which was letting go, was the Page of Pentacles. So when you look at that, the Page of Pentacles is usually about new beginnings with money, stability, home life, right? But I'm feeling like when you were saying maybe what you thought was going to work out isn't going to quite, this like totally resonated with me. Spirit was like, you know, you may have thought you were going in this new direction. There was going to be new stability with this whole thing, but the Hangman just tells me that things aren't quite working out like you thought they were, but that's okay because that always means that something better is coming along in my mind. So trust that for some whatever reason, spirit's telling you that, you know, maybe you need to let go of whatever this idea was, but there are going to be some new beginnings coming. It just may not be quite the way you thought that they were going to work out. And that's okay because I think sometimes one door closes for a reason and another door opens because it's going to be better for you in the long run.
I love that, Frankie. So what I did just notice on the cards were the Empress and the Three of Wands. These are both three cards. They're numbered three.
Right.
numerology. This is about expansion and growth. So
Yeah, I feel
just
like there's
careful
something
with
new
these cards.
coming. It's just maybe not exactly what you were thinking it was
Yeah,
going to.
exactly. Thank you for letting us read for you today, Jenny. You are much appreciated. So, Frankie, I bought uh, some decks the other day when
Look at,
when
I
I
love
went
watching
to.
when you unveil a new deck. I love that. I'm like, oh, look at that.
Yeah, well, the Urban Crow was one of the decks I bought just because I fell in love with the Crow Tarot, and I'm so glad I got it. But the other deck I can't pronounce. Um, it's a runic deck that I haven't opened yet. I'm saving for the next unboxing video.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is it spelled?
Galahorn, Galajorn, Galayorn.
Oh,
Um,
oh.
but
And,
it's a beautiful deck. I just can't pronounce it.
and tell me, what do
And just
crows represent to you when you think of crows? Since you picked the crow oracle and the tarot, tell me about crows and the meaning for you, because I feel like it's significant in
for
some.
me, it is very significant. I
Okay.
am a follower of Hermes, the messenger god, and crows are winged messengers. Hermes deals with all winged messengers, okay? Um, I also work with other deities like Hecate, and I've started working with the Morrigan, um, who are associated with crows. And
Okay.
crows are divine messengers to me. So when I use this deck, the images are just coming through loud and clear. Like the Healing Light Tarot is the same for me. It's just the images talk to me in a certain way. They're very special to me, crows. And I just when I opened this Urban Crow Tarot, I literally was getting flashes of all the people we're going to be able to help.
That's
Um,
awesome.
I'm so excited. Look at this, they're gorgeous. All right, so let's look and see who's next up on our hit list. And Frankie, if you are in Cochise County, everybody in Arizona, there is a psychic fair coming up. What is the date of the psychic fair that's coming up?
Yes, so the fair is going to be in town. It is Saturday, December 7th, I believe, and it's from 10 a.m.
Yes.
to 4 p.m. It's going to be at the Midtown Event Center. It's off of 2nd Street, right off of Fry. And we're going to have probably over 14 vendors set up. We're going to have five or six different readers of different modalities, including Robert there. So come and see Robert, get a reading. Readings are going to be 15 minutes for $20 at the show. It's a show special. We have a masseuse coming. We have acupuncturist, I believe, coming. That's going to be really cool. We have a ton of
Is
guests.
Reiki, is Angel going to be there?
Angel had to be somewhere out of town. Actually, we should send Angel
Oh.
some healing energy because he's in Tennessee and him and his wife got pneumonia. Um,
Oh
I just
no, I
I was
didn't know
just
that.
texting him, what is your topic for the guest speaking? And he's like, well, I probably may not make it home because we're both sick with pneumonia in Tennessee. They went to move everything back home.
Right.
So send some
Yeah.
healing energy his way that they feel
I
better.
shall. I'll send him some messages tonight and I'll talk to
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Reiki, if you don't use Reiki in your tarot practices, you guys, please look into it. Getting the energy centers of your body straight will, you'll be amazed at how it improves your readings. Denise says, I wish I lived in Arizona.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
Who do we got next? Anybody want to join us?
We have Joanne. We got a
Oh,
few people lined up.
is it our
Uh,
Joanne or a different Joanne? You don't
no,
know.
no, no, no. This is Joanne Miranda.
Okay.
Um,
Welcome, Joanne.
Joanne Miranda. Like Lin Juan, that guy. All right. So what I got for you? What do you need to know? What do you need to grow? And what do you need to let go of? All right. So here's the thing, and I'm going to be honest with you. Whether it resonates with you or not is up to you. But this is what the cards are telling me. You got three oracle cards, which tells me I was only planning on throwing one, but it just seemed like the right thing to do, which means you've got some pretty big things going on in your life right now. Um, I'm thinking that you're right in the middle of a serious issue that you're having trouble dealing with because the first card I drew for you, what do you need to know, is a card called Exposed. All right, this is a card about being vulnerable. You may be the center of somebody's unwanted anger, attentions. Um, Somebody's making you feel very vulnerable, maybe a family member or a boss who you don't get along with. But either way, you're feeling kind of trapped and vulnerable and exposed. Um, what do you need to grow? How to expand? You need to know that you are special. And I say that because I'm trying to move my fingers. I drew the protection card.
Oh
Um,
my
you,
gosh, so
uh,
did I.
did you really? Okay. So I told you before I started reading the cards, I feel like there's some major issues going on around you. For Frankie and I to both draw the same card um,
That's
on
unusual.
different decks, it's unusual. So you need to know you are divinely protected. You're not just protected, you are divinely protected. You've got people watching out for you um, who are on a different plane. This is spirit guides, this is deities, this is gods. Um, you are protected. It's also a call to protect yourself. All right. Knowing that they are protecting you, it's a call for you to protect yourself here on earth. And the thing that makes me laugh about the card protection from the Urban Growth Tarot is the number. It's number, oh, this is a reverse, but it's number 38. Um, I live in Arizona. I'm a gun owner, and I have a 38 for protection. That's why this card makes me laugh. Um, just know that you are protected. All right. Also, I think you're not looking at situations properly. The last card I drew for you is a card called Distance. All right. This isn't a card of running away and creating distance. It's a card that says, hold on, stop, back up, look at the situation you're in from a different angle. Think hangman energy. All right. You may not be seeing things properly from the angle you're looking at. You need to step back and look at things differently. Right. It's just interesting, that protection card. So, Frankie, what do you have?
So I pulled for the first one, what you know is protection. But look at the first thing that came to me is like family. See how she's almost like holding a belly of like a baby or family and children kept coming into my mind. Children, children. But also just that there's protection all around. So like there's protection, protecting your family, protecting the ones that you love. And that was the thing that I got from this card with the protection is, and look at the butterfly and stuff. Like again, like you said with spirit, like there's so much beautiful energy around and protection and spirit around, that there's a protective field around that. Okay. When we talked about growing, I chose from the tarot deck, and we have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. So when you talk about growing, and I hate the little ring reflection, but notice that her basket's empty. Okay. It's about stability, about finances. And look at all those pentacles behind you, but you're not seeing them. So it's almost like you feel like your basket's empty. There's not enough, like your really struggling. But if you look behind you, there's resources available. There are things there for you to use if you just turn around and reach for them. So look around you, open your eyes. Sometimes it's easy to be worried or overwhelmed with the situation that you block everything else out. And I feel like there are resources and things there for you. There's finances, there's stability. You just have to turn around and look for them. Okay. The third card was the letting go, and this one says blessings, and look at how beautiful it is. So I was kind of confused, going, well, why would you want to let go of blessings, right? But it's almost like you're not, again, going back to that card with your basket empty. Are you not asking for help? Because there is blessings and things around you. There's people there who want to be there for you. And it's almost like you're so caught up in whatever the situation is that's going on that you can't see. It's kind of a tunnel vision is what I'm feeling. So it's kind of like you have to look around. There are help there, and realize that there's blessings and people and resources and things there for you. So look around for that, because sometimes, we all need a little bit of help, and we all help people when we can. So don't be afraid to ask for help, and know that it's there around you. I feel like there's so many people and things around you that want to help you, but for some reason you're just not reaching out or being open to it. So be open to those blessings, let them in, let others help you, because I feel like they are there, and ask for it. We talked about manifestation a lot this week in my readings I did for people. If you're always in that negative mindset of scarcity with the empty basket, you're not manifesting what you deserve and desire, and you want these blessings and this good energy. So make sure when you got that mindset and those negative thoughts are coming in, that you stop. And I do what I call present. If I'm driving somewhere and my mind starts, having those negative self-talks, I stop and go present, present, present. I need to be in the present. Look around at the beauty around you. Look around at, the things that are there for you to be appreciative for. And I feel like that's the message that Spirit is saying, it's like, look around, because there are blessings there for you. You're just maybe not noticing them.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, that distance card I drew is the same vibe as what you're talking. Step back, look at things. You're just not realizing that what you need is available to you. Think Five of Pentacles in tarot. When they're outside the church in the freezing cold, that church is there for them. They just have to make the decision to get the help. Let people know that they need the help. Okay. Thank you for letting us read for you, my dear. I appreciate
Yes.
you. Sip, sip, Frankie. Gotta stay hydrated. Okay. Sip, sip, everybody watching. All right. So we've got Christy Perez.
Okay.
Um, Now, Christy, Frankie, you've been shuffling. Why don't you go first?
Okay. All right, Christy, let's see. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Okay. All right. So the first thing, you've got two first beautiful oracle cards. The first one was what you need to know. And look at this, it's beautiful. These are dreams. So what are you seeing in your dreams? Do you have dreams that come true? Are you writing down your dreams in a journal? Also, Spirit saying, like, your daydreams. Are you a daydreamer? Are there things that you want to accomplish? Because look at, like, you're looking through that window at the new moon. So know that the things that you want to accomplish in your daydreams, in your evening dreams, Spirit can come to you in dreams and help guide you with answers to your questions, that it's there, and that you can achieve these things that you're thinking about. Okay. Because the next card was even more beautiful for grow. Look at it, it's the beautiful butterfly of transformation. Okay, so you have all of these ideas and things that can come true with your dreams. And I think sometimes we doubt ourselves. And the same with, like, looking through that window, you're looking at it as like a distant dream, like, oh, I may never accomplish that dream in this lifetime, is the feeling that Spirit's showing me. But I want to tell you that you have the ability to transform what's going on and to make those dreams come true. So please believe in yourself, and please You are amazing. You are wonderful. You can do this. So remember, you're the butterfly. Okay. And then when we came to let go, I pulled from the Oracle deck. It's the Eight of Cups. So Cups is about emotion. And again, there's the moon. And I feel like you're intuitive with all these moons you're getting in these cards. You're very intuitive. Trust in your dreams. And if you're not writing them down, I would really encourage you to do that because I feel like Spirit's trying to give you messages if you don't already know and receive them. But let go of emotions. Let go of things that aren't serving you. Look how he has his back to all of these cups and he's looking ahead to that future that you want to create, and that you have the ability to, and it's with the moon out there. So leave those things that aren't serving you, that are emotionally been dragging you down, and you know what they are. Just kind of leave them behind. They're no longer working for you, and work towards that new future. Take that step. You're ready to move ahead to that new future and let go of what's no longer serving you, and you can achieve these dreams and goals that you have. I'm excited for you. I want to know what.
That's beautiful. What you were saying about being intuitive, um, I love when synchronicities occur because the first card I drew for you, what do you need to know, is the Queen of Cups. This
Nice.
is one of the most intuitive cards in the deck. All right. She is water of water. Water is associated with spirituality, psychic gifts. All right. This is staying. I mean, look at the way she's staring at that cup. All right. This woman has abilities. She knows it, and she knows how to direct those abilities towards um, avenues like taking care of her family, taking care of those around her. She's a guide, she's a protector. Honey Bunny, I don't know if anybody's told you this, but that's you. All right. You are a guide, you are a protector, you're a spiritual warrior. All right. It's time to learn how to use your spiritual weapons properly, learn how to build that spiritual armor in a new way. All right. It's time for a power jump, is what I'm saying. What do you need to grow? How to expand? Balance. All right. You need to balance everything in your life more so than the people around you. All right, Iron, I got you marked for a reading. Um, a lot of people talk about balance being important. For certain individuals, balance is vital, especially if they have spiritual and psychic gifts. In order to use those gifts properly, you need to learn to balance everything in the world, your physical world with your spiritual world. All right. You cannot lean too far into one direction or the other. That's what you need to grow, is to learn to balance everything. And it's a journey that just comes with practice. Don't worry about it. You'll get it. What do you need to let go of? It's funny, but I drew the Four of Pentacles upside down, the Miser card, the card that holds on to things the strongest. All right. You need to let go of things in the physical world. You're a Libra. Okay. Balance is very important to you, it's necessary for your existence. All right. You're meant to bring balance into the world around you. All right, Kendra, I start you. If we have time, definitely you'll get one. Um, what do you need to let go of? Stop trying to hold on to everything so tightly. All right. Stop trying to control everything and don't worry about quite so much about the world you're living in. All right. Uh, don't, what's the phrase I'm searching for? You need to learn to loosen the reins a little bit. This is associated with Capricorn. Capricorns are very practical. Maybe you need to stop being quite so practical and get a little adventurous in a careful manner. All right. Don't go bungee jumping with a weak rope or something, just responsibly be a little crazy.
What? Come
I know
on.
that sounds weird, but Karaoke, do something out of the ordinary, something that brings joy to your heart. You need to find that balance because I'm seeing you worry too much about practical matters. All right. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. Yeah, Libras. My mom is a Libra. She's the one who taught me balance
Me too.
and the importance of it. The importance of it. All right. So next up, Denise. I love this little deck. It's perfect. Like I say, Joey cut the borders off for me, and now it fits in my hand like a
Now you
deck of
make me
playing
want to
cards.
go cut the borders off of one of mine. See how
I Yes, so much. I love it. It's personalized, and the fact that she spent time doing it, that's
Libras
the real
love
gift.
their young man.
Yeah.
Libra. Yeah.
And I think I got another read out of this deck, so I'll use it.
The weather's been absolutely breathtakingly beautiful the last couple.
Yeah, it is getting chilly. Frankie and I live in the desert, and when it gets cold, it gets cold. Desert nights will jack you up. Um, I take the dogs out in my robe,
Me
and
too.
the cold air comes flying up my robe, and I'm like, "Woo, okay."
Like, go fast, go fast. We got to get back in.
Christy, you can't worry about everything. I see you saying you worry about everything. Don't. You can't. All right. Get a little crazy, loosen up the reins. All right. So, for our next person, Denise, here's what I got for you. What do you need to know? It may be time to walk away from certain situations. The Eight of Cups is what I call walk away energy. It's the reason he's walking away that's important. Cups are about emotions and spirituality. What this card says is you're not getting what you need spiritually. So he's walking away. He's looking for something. He's not just leaving to be somewhere else. He's searching for balance. He's searching for spirituality. Kristen, how you doing, love? Um, what do you need to know? It's time to go on that spiritual journey. It's time to dig deeper. And there seems to be a lot of that for the new year. This is the message that I'm seeing, and it's resonating with a lot of people. Now more than ever, the world needs spiritual warriors. We need people to help guide those in darkness, to let them know a new day is coming. Things will get better. All right. That's our charge. That is our job. That is what we do. We don't fill people with false hope. We don't give people bullshit. We lead them honestly and point things out. We don't drag them to where we need to go. We help them find their direction, which is what I'm seeing from this. This is Pisces. Pisces is all about secrets, what's hidden coming out. I see you're off on a new quest. Lean into it. All right. What do you need to grow? How to expand and grow? Purpose. We have the Ten of Pentacles. All right. Now, yes, this is a card of longevity, passing down things to the next generation. But when I see this card, it's the tree of life on there that gets me. All right. This is the top of the tree. This is pure spirituality. This is the fruit of the tree. This is the world we live in. This is manifested things. The goal is to climb back up the tree to gain spirituality. That's what I'm seeing with these two cards. All right. This more than anything, those two cards together tell me you're meant to have a certain spiritual path. Um, I feel that you're already aware of this because it's a 10. I don't see any pages, any aces, things like that. I I'm seeing this is things you already know you're capable of doing. So stop bullshitting around and get to stepping, basically. The last card I have for you, what do you need to let go of? We have the Three of Wands. Hi, Marianne, how you doing? Um, I'm gonna put you in, and uh, we'll try to get to everybody on the list. The Three of Wands is about waiting for your ship to come in. At least it is this way. When it's upside down, plans you've made aren't panning out properly. All right. And basically, that has a lot to do with your spirituality. All right. I'm thinking that you're out of balance in some way. You need to recover your footing. If that means pulling away from the people around you temporarily, that's okay. It's not a permanent thing. You got to do what's right for you, boo boo. All right. But that Three of Wands upside down, you may be looking at certain plans in the wrong way. All right. Frankie, what do you got?
So I drew some cards as we were waiting, and the first card I got for knowing, and just from the spread, right away my mind went to a relationship about this, or relationship with yourself was what I was getting later with this. But that was the first thing that popped into my mind. The first card about what you know is the King of Pentacles. Okay, so look at how you're sitting there on the throne. You have everything you need to do, but it's nighttime and you're not like rushing off to do anything because Pentacles is stability and taking your time. Notice how you're bound to the chair. You can't move. The chair has you tied down, but you've got the staff in your hand like you're ready to kind of move ahead. And the fireflies jumped out. All those little lights around felt like fireflies, like you're sitting there contemplating what you want to do next. Almost like you're sitting there at night, thinking about feeling bound to what the situation is that you're in, but also wondering like how could you change it or what could be the outcome of that. So it's like a contemplative, you're ready to take action, but you're not moving forward because you're stuck in the chair. Okay. The second card that I pulled out was the Oracle card of confidence. Okay. And again, as Robert was reading, it keeps coming back to like you. The last two cards just focus on you. So look at this beautiful confidence, how you need to grow. Like I felt when I looked at this card, like you're in this beautiful open like living room and I saw you dancing with your heart. Look at how her heart center is just shining up to the top and you're just dancing all to yourself, like when you blare the music and you're just enjoying yourself and finding yourself and loving yourself. And this card all resonated with me. It was like the growth is about finding yourself, about finding that inner confidence that you have. And I feel like someone's kind of squashed, like feels like it's been squashed down in a way, like someone's repressed it. And you need to believe that you have the confidence, you have everything there, you've got this, you can move ahead, you can do anything you set your mind to. And take those moments to just dance in your car, sing in your car, dance in the room. I feel like you need kind of that release to let go because some of this energy is feeling a little bit heavier and it's weighing on you. The final card was the let go. Okay, so you have the Queen of Cups. Okay, and again, look, she's like looking ahead, like holding that cup, like emotionally. Where are you going? Is the cup full? Is the cup empty? What direction are you going to move forward with this newfound confidence? And what serves you? It keeps coming back to this all has to serve you. This is all about a personal growth. This is all about looking within to find yourself. And something about these two little dogs, they kept jumping out at me as I was looking at this. Like, so I don't know if you have two little dogs around you or some pets that you love, but something about the pets there, like the support, they're there. They're kind of quiet. They're following you around so loyally, but you're looking ahead and you're holding this cup and you want to fill this cup for yourself. You want to make all that joy that you see in this confidence card, like this needs to be you. And I feel like things have just been kind of heavy right now and you've been kind of feeling stuck, and you need to kind of look and find out what works for you and what doesn't. Find that confidence, because I feel like you have the ability to go forward and do whatever you want to do. I just feel like you just need a little bit of push in the right direction. And I think that's just that, going and really finding out you and finding out what you want to do and what works for you. And I'll leave you with that.
Unimus, thank you. Thank you, Denise, for letting us read for you, my dear. Topaz.
Love that.
Topaz, Obelisk, Hangman. Topaz, here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm reaching over and I'm grabbing my Darkwood Tarot because
Ooh,
it seems to be calling to me for you, my friend.
okay.
Darkwood Tarot is one of my favorite decks, but it's also a deck of shadow work, and it's designed to help guide you out of the darkness. So this tells me that you may have some shadows around you right now, that you're some depression or um not sure which direction to take. You're welcome, Denise. Thank you. So the first card I have for you, know, grow, let go. Ah, okay. What do you need to know? The moon card. There are hidden dangers around you that you're not taking into account. All right. What this is telling me, you tend to go through life based on your feelings and intuition. That's good. However, this card is saying be aware of hidden dangers. All right. Your intuition is leading you in a direction that there's things you're not taking into account. All right. Now, yeah, it's just a warning. What do you need to know? There's things around you happening in the background that you're not aware of. All right. What do you need to grow? How to expand? You have the Six of Swords upside down. If you were thinking about moving or relocating in some way, look very carefully at it. All right. Um, these two together are telling me a move you want to make. You're not taking everything into account. All right. This could be going for a new position at work. This could be relocating to a new house. Um, either way, the thought is that this transition is going to bring you peace of mind. But this card is in reversed, so I don't see that. Um, okay, got to think more on. Oh, you were planning on moving. Okay. Um, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying refine it. Okay, get all the details, everything worked out. And what do you need to let go of? I drew the judgment card for you. So the judgment card is about transformation. It's associated with the planet Pluto. All right. It's a call to action spiritually. But when I see this, it's telling me that you may be trying to change yourself too quickly and too much at one time. You're trying to change way too much. You need to start with smaller changes so that it will take hold properly. All right. Think the Tower card. The Tower card happens because foundations weren't built properly. I mean, that's what I'm seeing. You're trying to build that tower on something, but you're not doing the proper foundation work. That's what the important message is for you here. Details. That's the word that keeps coming to my mind. Details. All right. Frankie, what do you have?
Okay. So the first card I
That's
pulled for, for the knowing was the truth. Okay. And when you first said dark energy, most of the cards I pulled have a little bit of shadow in the background of them. So look at this, like the truth, what you know, it's almost like you're not looking at the truth. Look how she's looking down. Like the truth is, you're not acknowledging the truth. The truth is also being reflected in the mirror. So maybe there are things that are being reflected back at you or someone else. And oh, spirit gave me goosebumps at that first one. Also look like in the back, there's a couple little outlines of smoky hearts. So how is this affecting you, in your heart with this truth? And are you willing to acknowledge the truth? Are you hiding from the truth? Are the truths not being spoken? I feel more like this is about you acknowledging the truths. When I said that, I feel that feels more right. So what you need to know is really look at those truths. And are you being honest about them? And how do they resonate with you? The next card I pulled was an oracle card for growth, and it was beauty. Okay, and this feels to me like, look how she's looking in the mirror, but her back is towards us. So it's about finding that inner beauty within you, within the situation. And you're looking in the mirror at yourself, like it's that self beauty, that self love. And remember that, regardless of what's going on, love yourself. Look for that beauty. Look for that beauty in the situations all around you, is what spirit is also telling me with this card. Okay. The letting go. This is the Seven of Wands. So look, he's like got all these wands and lots of things going on. So lots of actions you could take, lots of different things going on. Like Robert mentioned, to move, it could be work. It's like you have a lot of things that you're juggling. You're holding one wand. It's like spirit's telling me, really pick that wand or that thing that works the best for you. And are you really like looking at it? Look how he's like kind of looking ahead, and maybe you don't need those other wands or those other projects or those other activities. Maybe they're not working for you. And maybe you're going to leave them and pick the one that works the best for you. So let go of what no longer works for you, and take what is, and make sure that you're really looking at those choices. But I feel like there's some truths you're not, really looking at or being honest with yourself about, is what spirit's telling me right now. Look at the beauty of situations. So sometimes we, again, you're looking at part of the situation or part of these and not everything. So what works for you? What is the beauty in these situations? And be truthful and honest to yourself, because really you're the most important person that matters in all of this.
Yes. So the point that seems to be prevalent in both our readings is you're going through a big transformation right now. Don't try to force it. Let it occur as it's meant to occur. All right. Thank you for letting us read for you, my friend. Topaz, Obelisk, Hangman. Every time I see that name, I want to say it like it's a code, like to say it will open a secret passage. Topaz, Obelisk, Hangman. All right. Now, next up on our hit parade, we've got Iron Fire Horse.
All right, I like that.
Um, I do too. It's funny. Every time I see a horse, that was awesome. Thank you both so much. So it works. Okay. Um, what was I saying? Oh, every time I see a name with horse in it, it
Uh-huh.
reminds me of my ex-wife because her name translates to horse in Chinese.
Uh-huh. Well,
That's
I'm
a
thinking
good
like
kid.
iron, fire, and horse. That person is, they're going places. I'm just thinking of this horse on fire, and man, iron is
Yeah,
strong, and like it just has a really great, meaning to the name. So,
Fierro, my last name means iron in Spanish.
oh,
Uh, and when I see Iron Fire Horse, that's a very sexual name right there. Everything about that name is sexual and protective. That's awesome. Okay, so we have one, two, and one in the middle.
you said passion, and guess what card I just pulled?
Is that good about? Oh, it's totally good. Are you kidding?
I love it.
Okay.
Is this person a fire sign too?
He says that's his old poor name from the 70s. That's awesome. He's just kidding. Uh, if you're ready, Frankie, why don't you go ahead?
Okay. All of these cards are fiery. Like this personality is coming through so fiery. So I just love this personality. Like you are action, you are moving, you do things like that's just totally coming through from spirit with your cards. So the first card I pulled was the Knight of Cups for knowing. Okay. So like the knight's charging ahead. Cups are about emotion. So look at how that horse is rearing up, and we were just talking about horses. So that horse is ready to go. He's moving ahead. You know, emotionally, you're just charged. You're willing to take the risk. You want to get ahead. Um, you're just a very passionate person. I mean, that's what comes through with this card as well. But guess what came with the second card that I pulled up when you said the passion? So for growing, passion came up. Okay, so look at the fiery signs in all of these cards, including the last one. Okay, so for growing, like it's following your passions, not just like passion like sexually. It's like spirit's telling me like following your passions and having a fire to you. And so maybe spirit's showing me that maybe you've slowed down a little bit, and that passion has been something that you've maybe been feeling a little lacklustered for, or you haven't had the ability to like dig deep and find it again. But I'm telling you that that passion is there. So reignite that passion. What brings you passion? What reignites that passion for you is what spirit's saying for growing. And look at the beautiful lady. She's like dancing too. Dance to your own song is what I'm hearing when I look at that. Okay. Because they're telling me you can be a little eccentric in some ways. So whatever that is or works for you, it's great. Just keep going with that. And don't let other people make you feel like that's not okay, because that's not true. Be yourself. Be true to yourself and love yourself for who you are. We're all quirky. I used to tell my daughters, if we were all the same, wouldn't life be so boring? We're all weird in our own ways, is what I used to tell them all the time when they were little. Letting go, okay? Letting go is temperance, like the balance, trying to make everything okay. So let go. Like spirit keeps resoundingly telling me you're trying to people please other people, and it's not really working for you. It's like squashing this great personality and energy that you had, and don't let them do that. Like march to your own drum, be your own person, find what works for you. And it doesn't matter what they want or what they say about you. Like you're special in your own way, and keep going with that, because that's kind of what is squashing that little bit of passion. But reignite that passion. Go out there, get on that horse, because there's so much fire around you. I bet you are a ton of fun when you get you out and get going. So what
That's
do you got,
awesome.
Robert?
Well, I have for no grow and let go. I've got the star preparation and the nine of wands. What do you need to know? The star. Um, the first two cards. This there's an element of chance involved in your life right now. All right, something you're aiming towards or you fear is coming for you. you need to give some validity to that. There may be something happening in your life where you need to plan for the best. Um, expect the best, but plan for the worst. All right. Get your ducks lined up properly so that if things do go sideways, you're prepared. All right. Make sure you've got detail seems to be a big thing in my readings today. Take care of the details in your life. Um, the preparation card is just that. Prepare. All right. These these crows on this deck. I know the image just looks like a bunch of bullshit, but what that is those are fairies, boats. And the crows know when the fairies are coming, so they put their clams and stuff on the road just as the ferry's coming back. So the cars drive off, smash the clams, and they get the meat inside. That's pretty nifty. Crows are freaking phenomenal. But this is saying prepare. Prepare to take advantage of situations. Yep, at a crossroads, they say. Prepare. All right. Don't let your fear of past events stop you. All right. Don't let it color your opinions on anything. And I say that because you have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior card. This is telling me you've been through some shit in your life, love. Um, it also tells me you are a freaking fighter. The thought of giving up just doesn't occur to you. You're meant to be what you are. Know that. There is fire all around you, but there's also air. The star and preparation are both thoughtful cards, preparing for the worst. Um, as you're doing your prep, though, don't let fear misguide you on the way things might roll out. I'm trying to hold on to my thought here. Um, the main things I'm getting from you is you're fiery. Frankie is dead right on that. You do not take shit. Uh, Christy's phone's about to die. Okay, my love, we'll see you later.
Mhm.
The just prepare, all right? Plan properly, prepare for the worst just in case, and don't let your fear guide you. All right, rise above it. Okay, so thank you for letting us read for you, my dear. Next up, we've got Kendra, and after Kendra, Marianne, and that should do it for us for today.
That might be our
It's
Kendra from Who Comes Here.
oh,
I
Kendra,
think
Kendra.
Kendra. Unless there's another Kendra.
It's possible. You're welcome, Iron. Like I say, just get your ducks in a row for every possible eventuality, because I think people are going to try to confuse the issue around you. All right, know, grow, and let go. All right, so I am going to start this off with some questions. Okay. Um, Kendra, are you going through a breakup? You're trying. Iron says, I'm really trying, Bobby. It's complex. Do your best, babe. So, my question is, are you going through a breakup, or are you in a relationship where you're feeling unhappy and sad and just staying in that relationship to maintain a peace? That's my question. Um, this could be a work relationship, a love relationship, a physical relationship. And I'll tell you why I come to these things. The first card I drew, what to be aware of, is the Three of Swords, the card of sorrow. All right, what's what does that mean, Mike? I'm not sure. Work relationship. Okay. Um, this is a card of unhappiness. This is a card of not being recognized for your ideas and having those ideas hurt. I mean, the fact that you're not getting the recognition or that you're getting poor treatment, it's having effect. Swords deal with the mental realm, but they're piercing that heart. So these thoughts are painful. All right. You're keeping the peace just to maintain things. This tells me you're in an uncomfortable place. You probably maintain everything around you at work. Everything kind of balances on you. Um, for whatever reason, you've chosen to stick this out, but your strength is starting to flag. You're starting to get fed up, right? Everybody has their limits, and I think people are pushing you towards yours, right? I see a lot of ungratefulness around you. We have with the Two of Swords, the card of an uneasy peace, and the upside down strength card together. That's just saying that there's some ungrateful people around you. They're not appreciating you. They're not allowing you to shine. The strength card is associated with the sun. All right. Um, I'm going to draw an oracle card for you because all this is doing is pointing out a bad thing, and I don't want to leave it on a bad note. Maybe you just need recognition that you are right. I'm telling you, I see the struggle you're dealing with ungrateful people. And yeah, the card I drew, the Oracle card, is resistance. This is saying, see, he's flying into the wind, and although it's difficult, he's managing. He's dealing with it. Hi, Julian. How you doing, love? Um, this card tells me you have the strength to accomplish what you need to accomplish. Okay, don't stress. Just remember that you are 100% that bitch. All right, basically is what I'm saying. Frankie, what do you have?
Okay. So I got for no the Nine of Swords. Okay. So there is a situation that's keeping you up at night with worry. You've got the swords. It's all in your mind. You're really worried about this. You feel like everything's not working out, that the swords are coming down on you as you lay in bed, and this keeps you up at night thinking about it. And makes you feel kind of down about these things. So you kind of know that there's a situation going on that's really mentally draining for you, and it's really weighing heavy on you. Okay. The girl is the Eight of Swords. Okay, so when you look at that, you see that she's bound there and she's stuck in the center of the swords. Again, you're a thinker. You're always in your mind about what's going on. And I don't feel like Spirit's telling me you always share it with everybody around you. Everyone sees you as a sufficient person who can do everything. But in your mind, you're always worried or thinking about the things that are going on all the time. Okay. And you're bound. And almost this to me, Spirit's telling me like you're bound by your own thoughts, is what Spirit is saying. And that the growth comes from when you learn that those are just worries, and sometimes worries weigh us down with those thoughts all night, and they're not really healthy or they're beneficial. So know that you can grow by trying to let those negative thoughts and that worry go, because it really doesn't serve a purpose necessarily. It just brings you down. So imagine what you want things to be like, what the change would be. And that comes to letting go. And I tried to put this card back twice and it kept coming back up when I shuffled. So it's the talent. So letting go of, like, see how she's balancing the two things. Okay, you're balancing everything. Everyone feels like you're on your toes. You can handle everything. And again, I feel like it is kind of at work related, or could be at home, but no, they're going back to work. So you're balancing, but sometimes, you don't have to be the one who takes all the control. You don't have to be the one who is always responsible. You need to delegate that. You need to let some of that go, because I feel like Spirit's telling me you're taking on more of that than necessarily anyone would require from you. So if you let some of that go, they would manage somehow to do that without you. So it's kind of stepping back a little is what Spirit is showing me. Take a step back from your responsibilities, let some of it go, and either they're going to realize that you're worthy and give you a raise, or do more for you and that they need you, or you're going to realize that you're worried about all of this and really it's not something you need to take home with you. And I pulled a fourth card just because I wanted to see something more positive, but it was friendship. So, delegating again is friendship. It's like, who can you go to that is your friend? It's like you need to do some fun things, and it's not all about worrying. So make that situation something fun too. It's not just, don't always be worried about the situation. Try to change that around and make the situation a little more fun, and depend on some friends to take you out, or maybe there's a friend group at work that you can bond with more. So I'll leave you with that.
Thank you, Frankie, and thank you for letting us read for you, my dear. Um,
Yes.
let's see. Comments. You two are 100% amazing. Thank you so much. Very helpful. We're glad to help, my dear.
Yeah.
Um, and our last reading for the night is Miss Marianne Harris. Uh, thank you, Anna. I love how readings, even though we're doing for one person, it resonates with several people. So
Mhm.
if what we're saying resonates in your spirit, and when we say resonate, that means something plucked that guitar string and made you vibrate in a certain way. Okay, that's resonating. If you get that, like, hey, I connect with that.
Message was
That's
meant for you as
resonating.
well. Yeah.
Yes. So our last one is Miss Marianne. Hmm. Marianne, you get the Darkwood Tarot too. I love the Darkwood Tarot. It's one of my favorite decks. It's one of the only decks that has stayed in my working pile since I got it. I usually alternate my decks, but this stays in my working stash. Frankie's seen my work stash when I set out to do readings. I've got a big rack next to me, like full of cards.
And I keep thinking, you keep getting more. So I'm like, how many more could you possibly get? So,
Girl,
but
there is
I
no
love
limit to the amount.
Joey's spell work with card class we did last Sunday. It was amazing. Um,
Yeah.
she has, and she said you could use the decks for all different things, the crystal deck to pull a crystal, and the herbs for herb. And I never thought of, I always thought, well, what do I need an herb deck for? Well, Joey explained why I would. So that was an amazing class with her. So
Oh my gosh, her all Ogum class is so good. And the Joey we're talking about, you guys, is the Joey that's been on my channel a lot. The Joey Pasta Veil Cottage Witch. Ooh, that was a good one. Okay, here we go. One, two, three. No, grow, let go. What do you need to know? You have the Ten of Wands upside down. You're picking up too many sticks. All right, now I like this card because on this one it looks kind of evil. All right. It's a card of oppression, but told in a different manner. Um, the Ten of Wands upside down to me is bad health. Um, it's a card of Sagittarius, which I associate with spiritual health. I think you're going through a lot of doubt right now and trying to integrate different parts of your life and still manage to take care of everybody around you. All right. This is saying that you got a lot of shit going on, basically, is what it boils down to. Um, your personal healing and spirituality is being impeded, it's being interfered with by your desire to take care of everybody around you. All right. So take that into account. What do you need to grow? What needs to be expanded upon? The Knight of Cups. Um, this Knights are all about movement. Cups are all about emotion and spirituality. This is saying you need to move towards your spirituality. I'm not getting emotion so much as spirituality. I'm seeing that the gifts you already know you possess, just acknowledging them is wonderful, but it's time to start. The way I want to say it is it's time to start playing with your toys properly. Okay? You've got some gifts. It's time to learn how to use them and how to apply them properly. Because once you do, your life is going to take a, a turn for the better. All right. If you're leading with your spirituality, it's going to guide you to all good things. This is a great card to get here for the grow portion. And the last part we have is let go. What's the let go? Is the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands is somebody who's learning about passions. It's also somebody who's learning about magic. Okay, wands are associated with magic. Think magic wands. Okay, so this, along with the other two cards, is saying it's time to start learning about the gods, deities, angels, the higher plane. All right, you've got a special connection, but just saying you have that connection isn't going to strengthen it. You need to break down and actually um, do the work for you to make it work for you. She says, I know I don't meditate enough, but you can send thoughts quickly. Imagine how your power would be if you actually put in just 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day. It makes a huge difference. I don't spend hours and hours and hours um, working on my spiritual. Oh, okay, yes, I do. But at bedtime, when I meditate, it's usually about 15 minutes tops. Um, says and receive answers to my thoughts best. Yes. But what I'm saying is, if you put the work in and polished it up and made that connection even stronger, can you imagine how much power you would be working with there? The kind of help you could provide to those around you and to yourself. So even though you do have that strong connection, I had strong connection my entire life. It's only been in the past 5, 10 years that I've really worked towards making that connection stronger. All right. Um, that's all I'm saying is you could be even more powerful. And I get the sense that your thoughts can affect the reality around you. All right. It's not just receiving messages. As this is a card of magic. It says you're capable of affecting uh, the world around you. Spirits don't want me to be overwhelmed. I think you wouldn't be overwhelmed if you strengthened yourself. Boxers don't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to get in the ring and fight. No, they spend years strengthening their moves, their muscles, their muscle memory. All right. It's your choice on whether or not you want to do this. I'm saying the opportunity is there. You might want to lean into it. Okay. Um, and Frankie,
All right. So the first oracle card that I pulled for the no was the friendship again, but it has different meaning now. Look at it. It's like they're in the forest, almost like a coven ceremony. They're out there celebrating and dancing. And look at the spirit up here. Like you see the third eye activated, you see her heart chakra activated in the circle. So it's all about knowing that you have these intuitive gifts, like Robert said, and finding it with like-minded friends as well to celebrate. So find that group that resonates, your tribe, we call them here. Find those people, but also practice on your own. And I see you just taking this walk through the forest where it just is really grounding for you, and it's a place where you can center and focus in on spirit. So find that group, find that tribe, find that place that's sacred to you, for your practice, because you have the spiritual gifts there, and they're just shining down on you so beautifully and brightly. Okay. To grow, I pulled the judgment card. Okay. It's rising from the ashes. So look, it's like coming, and all the spirits are rising up and playing the horn to draw them out. So it's new beginnings to grow. It's trusting that you have those gifts, and where are they, and have you used them or not used them in a while, and how to cultivate them and bring them back, to fruition. So it's all about raising from the ashes and celebrating, that. So make sure that you're, trusting in those gifts, that you're using them to grow and finding that tribe. Um, and the letting go I got was like you have the manifestation. So it's letting go, to me. It's like that self doubt. It's like you have the ability to manifest anything that you want. You have these great skills, and spirit is talking with you. It's letting go of that self doubt that you don't. Have those abilities, because they are there, and it's tapping into them. So let go of what the doubts that you're bringing with you that don't serve you, because you have this beautiful thing. Because I pulled the fourth card that just said justice. So it's all about things will be just and fair and all in good time. So there's something about timing too, spirit's telling me. So it's all about finding the right time, finding the tribe, and spending the time is what spirit just threw out at me. Not just that, it's just finding the time also, to make things just and fair and balance. It's a balance act with all of this. So it's also telling me that you need to find a nice balance with what you're doing now, to bring out these spiritual practices too. And spirit's also throwing out at me that you can use these intuitive gifts to help others. It's just finding that balance, and it's finding that way. They're showing me of like when you kind of, give up some of your traditional jobs, but then you throw in maybe a reading for people or practicing. It's like finding that balance to bring that hobby into a skill set that you can use to help others, like Robert was saying. And I think you will find it, and I think you will find your tribe too. And I think they will only enhance you using your gifts, and coming more into the spirit and all the energy that you have with you naturally. And that's really a beautiful thing. So thank you.
thank you. So, one thing I do want to say is everybody can become stronger. Frankie and I do exercises to strengthen our psychic intuition because we deal with psychic shit all the time. So we want to be strong enough to handle these messages. We meditate to clarify our connection with the spirit realm. Um, it doesn't happen overnight. You can't just decide I'm suddenly going to be running marathons. You have to strengthen your spiritual muscles slowly. All right. Learn to crawl, learn to walk, learn to run, baby. All right. But it all starts slowly. All right. I want to thank everybody who has allowed us to read for you tonight. We really appreciate you guys. Be sure you like and subscribe. Now, Frankie does book consultations, and you can speak with her. Her information is in the description box. You guys know how to get a hold of me. Um, I have coming up, I believe the next behind the cards we're doing is Kristen Louise. From Kristen Louise Tarot. We're going to learn all about her backstory. I love finding out about people's backstories, what brought them to the path. And of course, Kristen works with Lilith. So Lilith will be making an appearance that day also, I hope. Thank you. Thank you, Frankie, for joining us today. And stick around because we're going to talk backstage. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your day and your weekend, and we'll talk to you
Yeah.
later.